Stampers, it's Gigi with Stamp FUNatics, and welcome to week 11 of my 12 weeks of Halloween. Can't believe that our 12 weeks are almost over and Halloween's almost here. I hope you've been enjoying all the videos that I've made, and if you've missed any, go back on my YouTube channel and you can see the ones that we did for probably the last couple months. But anyway, today we're going to be making this cute little box, and it fits a couple of treats in it. And I actually have a few of these fun size candy bars that I can actually, if you look at it this way, I could fit 2 of them in there. I'm not going to open this box, but I'm going to do it when I make our new box. So let's go ahead and get started. And what we're going to need today is a piece of basic black cardstock, and it measures 6.5 by 4.5. And we're going to use our scoring board, and we're going to score it on the landscape mode, which is the longer mode. We're going to do it at 1 inch, and then we're going to do it at 1.5. We're going to go over to 4, and then do 4.5. Okay, and then we're going to turn it, and this is the portrait mode, and we're going to do it at 1.5. We're going to score, and then we're also going to do it at 4, and that's it. Now we have all of our score lines. So I'm going to get rid of my scoring tool, and I'll tell you some of the products as we go along. I'm just going to crease. Because this is a box, I like to crease my cardstock real well with my bone folder. And if you haven't gotten one of these are fantastic. They're by Stampin UP, and they're very inexpensive, and they really do help with projects to really give you a nice clean lines, even on your cards. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper snips, and here's our whole score line that goes across. I don't know if you can see that real well in this light, but we're just going to be snipping up to that score line, and we're just going to do all of our little tabs. And I'm actually going to take a little miter, which is just kind of angling the small tabs. I'm not touching the big ones, just the small ones. I'm going to do the same thing all the way around. So I have 2 tabs on this side. Let's just pull those off. And then I'm going to have 2 tabs on this side. And then that's all the cutting we're going to be doing today. Let's go ahead and get those out. I'm really getting excited. This coming weekend, we're going to be starting a little bit of a trip. And then I'm going to wind up in Salt Lake City at convention. And I can't wait because we're going to get to see some of our new occasions catalog that'll be starting out in January, and we'll also be able to see our new celebration. Okay, I'm just going to take my silicone sheet here and some of my fast fuse, and on just the small little tabs I'm going to add some of my fast fuse. And you can use any strong adhesive that you have. When it's a box, you don't want it to come undone, so you could use your tear and tape, or you could use your Tombow glue. I just find this kind of quick and easy. And let's do this side. And what you're going to be doing, if you see there's a small side, that's going to be our top. This is going to come around, and this is going to come over. So we're going to build the bottom of our box first. So I'm just going to put this tiny little tab on the inside. The same thing here. Just like that. And then this part here will come over the box. And then, again, this is going to go, let's go ahead and build the lid. This will go right there, and it'll go on the small side here too, on the edge. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. All right, and that's our lid. And so then we just have these 2 parts, and you can, let's see, do we want to do it this way? I actually like it tucked inside and coming around this way. And then when our box comes down, it'll come down over the top of that. So I am just going to use some fast fuse just from this edge down. I'm not going to do the whole thing. And the same thing over here. I'll only go a portion of the way. I'm not going to go all the way up because I don't want it to be sticky. And then we'll just go ahead and close that. And the same thing over here. Let me get a little bit more on that edge. Kind of missed. Okay. And just like that, I'm just going to wipe off that little extra. Okay, now to make this close a little easier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it upside down here, and I'm going to go from my outside edge in just on an angle and sort of angle the lid just to help it close a little easier. Okay, and then the same thing over here. I'm going to go from my inside of my lid to the outside and just sort of cut it on an angle like that. And then let me just get that little point. Okay, and then see how easy our box is going to close. It's really easy. And so after that, I cut some designer paper from our Spooky Night designer series paper, and I cut 3 pieces. I cut one piece at 3 1/4 wide by 1 3/4 long. I have another 3 1/4 by 3/4, and then I have another one 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. And so I'm going to just take my first piece. This part I could just use snail. And I'm just going to kind of put it right in the middle there. Let's see. That looks good. I'm going to put a little piece across the edge, and that's the narrow one. And then the last piece will go on the back. And we don't really need any on the top because I am going to put some ribbon. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it over and decide which way you want your bottles to go. I kind of like the orange one going up, so I'm going to go that way. But whatever print you decide to use, just make sure that, you know, this is the bottom of the back of the box, and you do want it to be going up. All right, so like I said, here's our candy. We can go ahead and fit in a couple of those fun bars. You can see there's plenty of room in there for them. And then we can close them up. And then I'm going to use some of our, let's see, this is called Pumpkin Pie Stitched Ribbon. I've just loved this ribbon. I thought it was great. And we're just going to tie up our box using that ribbon. The scissors. Okay. And we're just going to tie a bow right up at the top, and that's what's going to keep our box closed. And then you will be able to open it. Let me just get this tied real quick. This is kind of a cotton ribbon, so it's a little different than working with your satin ribbons. Let me get a bigger piece over here. Kind of gave myself a little bit of a small part. All right, there we go. And I usually come around from the back, so let's still do that. And it's a very narrow box, so it's kind of hard to hold up, but we can do it. And there we go. All right, so we have it closed with a little bow, really cute. I'm just going to snip the ends a little bit shorter. I don't need it quite that big. And this one too, maybe a little bit. There we go. All right, so that's our box. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece, and I just have a scrap of very vanilla cardstock, and I'm using the Labels to Love stamp set, and I'm going to be using this Halloween one, and I'm actually going to stamp it twice. The first time, I'm going to stamp it in my black Memento ink, and this time I'm going to do it this way instead of into my ink pad, because I want to make sure I have good coverage all over my stamp. Now, this stamp is a little bit of a blotchy look, so don't get worried if it looks like it's skipped or it didn't get inked up. It really does. It's just the look of the stamp. Okay, and then I'm just going to clean it on my cleaning pad. All right, and then I'm going to also stamp it again in the pumpkin pie. And that's how we're going to make that little saying orange inside. So this time it doesn't matter. I'm just going to stamp it. Clean my stamp. And close up your ink pad so it doesn't dry out. All right. So the convenience of this Labels to Love is that it has the everyday label punch. So I don't have to fussy cut or anything. I can just punch this part of the label. I'm just going to line it up. Let's see. That looks pretty good. And then this part, it doesn't matter if I punch it out or cut it out because I am just going to cut out the saying. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it down a little smaller. And then I'm just going to cut straight across. Let's use the bigger scissors. And there's actually a little dotted line. I think I'm just going to follow on the dotted line. All right. Same thing on this side. Just want the saying. So I'm going to cut it right at the end of the saying. That's about even. And then this part will be right in here. And I'm going to take my mini dimensionals. Actually, I think I could use the big dimensionals. I'll go ahead and use those. I did, but you could use your mini too if you wanted to, but this is a wide enough area that I can use my regular dimensionals. And I'm just going to peel that off and put it on our label. Let's get that. There we go. And then I'm just going to have it right across where it would be in black. All right. And then I thought it needed one more thing, so I took some of our wonderful black rhinestones that we have out this year. Really love these. Been using them a lot on our projects. And I'm just going to take two. Let's see if I can get this one. There we go. And I'm just putting them right here. Let me show you up closer. Just right there on that little kind of a loop. And then it seems to have the fan around it. So I thought that looked cute. So let's go ahead and get it one more. And we'll put it on this side. And there. Okay, now we're ready to attach it to our box. So what I want to do on the box, so that when I open it, I'm just going to put two dimensionals right at the top of the box like that. So this part will be free when you open the lid. So let's do that. Let me just snip this one little piece. I don't like it. There we go. All right. So I'm going to take our dimensionals, and I'm just, like I said, going to put it at the top part of our label. And then we're done. That's it. That's how quick and easy this little treat box is. And it's another cute one, and I kind of just centered it right there. A little crooked. There we go. All right. So that way they can open the box, and then they can just flip open the lid, and you still have a nice little treat box that they haven't ruined. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, and you can get all of the products to make this project. It'll be on my blog, StampFUNatics.com, and you can easily shop. And I did want to show you at the end here how it opens. So you would just open this and then flip this up and see how the ribbon just goes with it. And so then you can get in and get your treats. So that's the way, and that's why we kind of slipped it in between and put our dimensionals on either side, so you still have a little bit of room and wiggle room with the ribbon, and you can also retie it and still have a cute box. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my last week of Halloween and future videos. And you can also go back and see the ones that we have already done. We've already done 10 of them so far. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you will come and join me on my blog, where you can continue to see little ideas and projects that I'm posting. And really, why just watch videos when you can come to a class and you can come and see me live and get a hands-on tutorial here at our classes and just have a lot of fun with all of our ladies and everything. So I hope you'll join us for a class if you're local to Cornelius, North Carolina. And if not, keep watching on our video. I appreciate you, and leave a comment and let me know which project you've liked the most so far. And then I'll think about that for what my last project's going to be, if it would rather be a card or if you'd rather it be another little treat box. Thanks, and have a great day.